You're coming with us, come on. Here we are, Las Galletas. 2 seconds. That's better. Right, let's go for a wander. I love Las Galletas, I love it. It means the biscuits. That's what Las Galletas stands for, it's the biscuits. I once lost my car in Las Galletas. The streets are that similar and all like parallel with each other and almost like a city grid. That I parked the car up, couldn't remember where it was, went back to it, had to go about 4 different streets to try and find it. So, got there in the end, found it in the end. Oh, look at this dog, man. Well, haven't I? Beautiful. Right, couple of things. Got to put out there straight away. My God, did you join the last vlog? Did you join it with Ken and with Steve? I feel like I'm getting lost again. Did you enjoy the marathon? Did you run the marathon with me? I watched it back and I couldn't believe, I'm going to walk past the building site. I couldn't believe how fast I was talking. Hang on. Sneeze. I normally look into the sun and get a sneeze, but it's not working. Windy. It'll come out bad on the vlog. I'll have to go back into town. Too windy to do it this side. Let me go back into town. Like I owe you an apology because far too fast, man. I was talking far too fast. I watched it back the other night, last night. Thank you. I watched it back last night and it was even I was struggling to keep up with it. So if I struggle to keep with it, if you stuck it through to the end, well done. You deserve a blinking medal for that. Well done for that. I don't know, I'm lost already. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to apologise. I think it's called for. I need to learn to slow down. I need to watch my own vlog so I can realise what it's like to slow down. And I was desperate to tell you the stories and get them out, especially about Steve winning his $1 million. It was really nice. More building work. That was the first one. The next thing I wanted to say was a little bit more a bit more serious. I'm having microphone troubles as well. Some of you, or most of you, maybe some of you, know of the girl called Sarah Wagstaff who works for Dan, who runs the Facebook page Tenerife Lockdown. She posted the other day, because people post on her page, like 20,000 people follow this page and people post on it. So she had to put a post up the other day saying, listen, I'm not interested in the slightest of the reports that the Welsh and the English are fighting against in the football. It's not going to get on there. I'm not going to put it on my page. Get over it and let's move on, because it detracts away from the fantastic atmosphere that has been created with the supporters that are here on the island as it is. I heard about a week and a half ago, 3,500 Welsh were due to land in Tenerife. I think I could see maximum maybe in that film 10 fighting. So what percentage is that? You do the math. No, in fact, I'll do the math. There you go. That's what the math is. So I understand newspapers doing it because it sells, you know, it's sensationalism. They don't talk about the other percentage of the people that turned up and had a party. This was my bar. This is what my bar looks like for the last 4 nights, with the Welsh, with the English and with the Scottish all together, having an absolute party. And it's been brilliant. The atmosphere has been nothing short of amazing. It's been phenomenal. So people who do that and put it then on to report it are putting Tenerife in a bad light. Let me tell you something where you guys live. You tell me the roughest area where you are, near you, and you tell me if there's any fights in there, or does that happen? The muggings happen, the pickpockets happen. You tell me that, because it's a rough area for a reason. Well, Tenerife's got a rough area as well, and the rough area is the Veronicas. And that's where that happened, in the Veronicas. Kids, drunk, contained, bit of a free-for-all, not many people on it, gets world press. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And the people that are posting it for one reason only, and one reason, and that's clickbait. So that means people, if you're clicking on it, you're the clickbait. You've succumbed to it. And it's just an easy way, cheap and easy way to make money. So, Sarah, I think you did a fantastic thing by posting that, to say to people that you don't want to see it, you're not interested, because neither of the majority of people here that live here on the island, because it doesn't reflect Tenerife as it should do. So I've apologised for going too fast, and then I've gone too fast because I've been having a go talking about the so-called trouble that's not happening. Right, what else? Getting a lot of time on my hands because Shelley's not here. I'm looking across YouTube and I'm looking for things, and I'm looking for things to watch. And to be honest with you, I'm struggling to find stuff to watch. I really am struggling to find stuff to watch. And the reason being is it's all about finding the right content. YouTube suggests content to you, but you've got to try and find the right content that suits you. And at the moment, I struggle. So what I thought I'd do is, if you're watching this, it means that you're I call it a YouTuber, you watch YouTube content. But sometimes you've got to go through a right load of rubbish to get to something decent, half decent to watch. And I find that quite a bit. And I thought to myself, well, which creators do I watch that then might, if I'm watching it at my age as the person I am, it might be then of interest to yourself. And I thought I'd share that with you. But I do recommend, you know, if you like it, if you like this style of content, go and have a look at these others, and it might be something of interest to you as well. You can go diving. And jumping off a cliff on a parachute as well. Went quiet because people were on the wall. Who do I look forward to the most to watch on YouTube? For me, I think out of everybody, Johnny Harris. Johnny Harris is, I think he's an ex-National Geographic journalist in his 30s who's gone off to do his own thing, and he's killing it. He's got 3.2 million followers. He's just done one why Qatar is corrupt, why the World Cup is corrupt. He's also, I've heard also stuff that he's done about China, about Taiwan. He's very, very knowledgeable, I think, in where he gets his information from. I think it's really, really interesting, and I look forward to, on a regular basis with bated breath, for his content, because the moment he drops a vlog, and in normally about 20-25 minutes, I will watch that from start to finish. And I love his editing style. I think his editing style of it is stuff that I can learn from, and other vloggers can learn from as well. So that's, for me, is the number one creator that I look out for, and purely for the information that he can give me as well. I think his information is very, 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 very on point. I think it's the best way to say it. The second one, Ryan Trahan. Ryan Trahan is a young lad in his 20s. I think he's got over 10 million followers now. His vlogs are not more informative. His vlogs are entertaining. But my favourite one that I saw, he gained 2 million subscribers in a month because he travelled across America just on 1 penny to get it across, to get the penny over to the side of America. And he vlogged that every single day as a fundraiser. He raised millions for feeding America. His content was enjoyable. He's very light-hearted. He's very very simplistic. It's like this style of vlog. It's a very simplistic style. Camera, tiny microphone, and just talking. Microphone issues, by the way, so if it drops in and out, like in the last vlog, it's on its way out, this microphone. So he's another one that I like. I think those are the first two that I will follow. I subscribe down the left-hand side of my YouTube and on the computer. So there's about 45 of them, but these are the ones that are really good, the ones that I go to. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is Jimmy Donaldson. He's been YouTubing since he was 14, and he is now the #1 YouTuber on the planet, I believe, with over 110 million subscribers. His style of content, purely entertaining, massive giveaways. He's always a giveaway, giving away. I think the last one he did was he gave away a private jet, and all he concentrates on is making the best YouTube videos he possibly can. Because if you make it for him, if he makes a good YouTube video, he puts the money back in. He's the one, actually, I'm going fast again. He's the one that he recreated Squid Game. So the Netflix massive TV Korean show, Squid Game, he just recreated it in real life. Didn't kill anyone, obviously, but recreated it. He gave away $456,000 or something like that. It cost him, I think, 4.2 million to make the vlog, and it's had over 200 million hits. So he's made his money back 10, 15 times over. But it's just a very, very, very clever YouTuber, creator. And, you know, I recommend that you go and check him out. He's got about 4 or 5 channels, and I watch them all, but I watch those more as chewing gum vlogs, just for my eyes, just chewing gum for my eyes, just so I can sit there and just watch and just take it all in. I'm at the end of the bay. It's nice here, though. Look at this. So I think he's the third one. Mark Rober, the guy used to work for NASA. He's got millions of followers as well. And his is more like an engineering one, but also light-hearted engineering. I think he did one with Squirrel Olympics or something like that. And also, he's doing a lot now to get kids involved in engineering, which I think is really good. So he's very popular, that I want to watch. And I think the final one we'll talk about is most probably Airac, A-I-R-R-A-C-K. Kid called Eric, who actually suffered from depression when he was younger, but he's had to go to YouTube, nearly gave up, went back into it. I've read his backstory. Slow down. I've watched his backstory, and his backstory tells you that. And I think he's one of the fastest YouTubers to get to 10 million followers. He did it in a way. He's been going for 2 years, and he hit 10 million just like the other month. And he's done it in a way which is called a new invention of a word called social hacking. And social hacking means you're almost like piggybacking big YouTubers like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and by jumping in on their vlogs, by getting them involved without them realising it, almost like pranking them in a clever way, it generates views. And you know, the other people like Logan Paul or Mr. Beast appreciate his artistry of what he's done, and therefore then he plugs them a little bit, and that's how he got himself to 10 million. So he's another big player. Now, these are the ones I watch. Do me a favour, in the comments below, let me know what you watch and why. Don't just give me a name, because if you just give me a name, I'm just going to skip straight over it. That's not what I'm after. I'm after a name and why you watch it, because that for me, then I'll have a look at that and I'll see, and hopefully we can find stuff that's more watchable for all of us. I don't tend to watch Tenerife vloggers anymore, and there's a reason that I don't tend to watch that. Number one, first of all, is time. I want to, when I'm not working, I want to be creating myself, so therefore I create, and then I want to edit. This is a point and shoot vlog, whereas on the other channel it tends to be a lot of editing that gets involved with it, and I enjoy that side of it and learning. That's not the reason. The main reason why I don't watch it is very simple. For me, it worked out when the only way I can try and describe it is when I got into the world of golf. When I first started at a golf to learn to play golf, I was 11 years of age. I turned up at the golf club, and you're there on the practice ground or you're there in the clubhouse, and you know, first things first, you find out, you see who the best player is on the golf club. So at the time, it was a kid called Robert Lee. Was it Robert Lee? Yeah. Neil Pabari, he was a good player as well. So these people were like handicaps 1, handicap 2, and you're a total beginner, novice at 11 years of age. So automatically you watch them and you go, yeah, these are great. These are the best players. So you watch them and you try and learn from them. Within 3-4 months, you get some knowledge about the game, or you get some knowledge about the craft that you're trying to learn and you're trying to perfect. And what you do is then realise, hang on a minute, Neil Pabar is good, Robert Lee's good, but Sevi Ballesteros, Greg Norman, they're better. So what I then do is, or then did, was I stopped watching the club players that are around me and started watching the world players instead. And there is a vast difference. There's a vast difference. And that's what I did. I don't watch the Tenerife vloggers because, to me, I'm more interested in the world vloggers, the people who've accomplished the craft. Because if you set your standards, if you set your bar high as you possibly can, then that should hopefully drag your quality, or my quality, up with it as well. And that's the reason why I do it, really. I've come out of the wind again. So in homage to the vlog, to try and keep it light and keep it upbeat, I thought first of all I'd apologise for the speed of talking. I'm mostly going to watch this back and it's going to be absolutely ridiculously fast again, but that's who I am. You either watch me because of who I am, you know, I'll try and slow myself down. If I'm too fast, again, leave it in the comments below. The second thing was I wanted to get off my chest was the Tenerife football supporters, because the percentage is nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to the amount of people that are having fun on this island because of football. And the final bit there was the vloggers I watch, and I'm really interested to find out what vloggers you watch and who you follow, because who knows, I might find some new ones, which is going to be good. Right, I'm going to find a tea room, believe it or not. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this place that me and Shelley found. We brought Darren John to it. This is where I get lost again, you see. We brought Darren John to it, and he did a vlog on it because it's such a nice place. And this is the real reason why I've come to Las Galletas. Not to vlog it. Everyone's done that. I'll leave his vlog in the description if I can find it on his. It's because it's such a business that shouldn't be here. It deserves to be in Las Americas or Los Cristianos. Las Galletas, by the way, is about 3.5 kilometers away from. I'm just going to get into the town and find it. I missed the town again. Las Galletas is about 3.5 kilometers away from Los Cristianos. It's in between Los Cristianos and the airport. Just to give you a bit of an idea, it's worth an afternoon trip down here. I like it, but I've lost the main streets again. I think it must be that way. Going there, honestly, happens all the time. I think it's the road layout. Let's have a look. I get lost all the time in here. I know I don't know. I genuinely could die walking down the street. I want to show you the shop because I'm going to have a coffee. I'm going to have a slice of cake because the cake's mega. And when I put it on the vlog and Shelley watches it, she's going to be jealous. So I thought I'd just get out of the house and go for a bit of a wander. I'm on my own all week. I don't feel on my own when I've got this camera in front of me and I'm talking to you lot. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's a bit weird, but there we go. Right, see if I can find the main street. I'll come back to you when I get to the shop. 2 seconds. I found it. Lily's. Beautiful little place. Look at this. Pretty, innit? Pretty little place. Great coffee and amazing cake. Hola, buenas. Pero gaan café con leche, porfa. Gracias. Chocolate.
I think the red velvet's the one, or lemon.
I think I'm gonna have to go for the red velvet. I think. Y una razón, tarta porfa, red velvet? Sí, gracias, gracias. Gotta do it, Anya. Just gotta do it. Ba, ba, ba. Sometimes it's just gotta be done, on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it here. You know what to do. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.